Hello to all of you amazing web slingers. Welcome to Livin on the Edge, the podcast all about our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name is Alec. I am one of your hosts. You can follow me at @_TheSmartAlec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. You can follow me at RedLReviews on Twitter.
If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow On Comics Ground on Twitter, you can follow @On Comics Ground. And if you want to go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, Brian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Trying to stay optimistic through this worldwide pandemic.
Yeah,
Last of Us is real life now. It's we have been through a lot of pandemics before. Well, not a lot. I mean we've been through pandemics before, like H1N1, the swine flu. I don't know if Ebola counted as a pandemic because it wasn't. I don't know it, but basically we've been through stuff like this before, but it's never gone this far to closing everything and closing schools. My college just closed all of its campus and all of classes canceled and everything's online for the rest of the semester. So
yeah, same here. All my classes have moved to online only at least until the end of April, depending on how things get. It's more than likely going to move over till May as well.
Yeah, I don't see things
it's going to be a while before things calm down enough.
Yeah, it's not going to just be 3 weeks and then we're back at it. No, it's going to be 2 months at the least, I'd say.
And
probably.
That's being optimistic about it too.
That's making sure everybody isn't a complete fucking idiot and just doesn't and just goes outside and parties or whatever. Because
should that I say we build a fence around all of Miami and just keep them all quarantined off until further notice?
If only we could. If only we could. We were talking earlier before the episode. We saw that video with all the kids being if I get corona, I get corona. It's not going to stop me partying. I'm maybe boomers made some point about our generation.
They may have made a point or two.
Yeah, but. Above all, we hope you guys are staying safe. We hope you guys are partaking in social distancing, self-quarantine, washing your hands. Please wash your fucking hands. Please.
Even when all this is over, please continue to do so.
Yes, exactly. Because,
being clean is very good for you and everyone around you.
And people will like you if you are clean. They won't come near you if you smell like a fucking trash can covered with Cheeto dust. They're not gonna like you if you smell like that.
That's the most specific smell. Okay,
that's the smell of gamers. What are you talking about?
Okay, you're throwing some Mountain Dew and you're good.
Yeah, just garbage can, Cheeto dust, Mountain Dew, with some Doritos sprinkled on top for good measure. But yeah, no. I have been spending my time playing Splatoon 2 and Mario Maker 2 because Splatoon 2 is my comfort game when I need something to lower my blood pressure. Mario Maker I found just raises it tenfold, which doesn't help.
Yeah, no, people are assholes.
Oh god, okay,
yeah. I've been doing similar thing. I've just been playing Star Wars and that's the Old Republic 2 all week. I beat it twice, but one light side, one dark side, and now I don't know what to do with my life.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play The Last of Us on Grounded because I haven't gone that far yet, and I want to at least once. Mostly because we're living in it now, so you know. Ain't it kind of funny how, The Last of Us 1 came out 7 years ago, and it's okay, worldwide pandemic, everything's closing down, martial law is being imposed, and then like 7 years later, when The Last of Us 2 is coming out, boom, pandemic, everything's closing, martial law is being enforced in California. Then again, that it's probably not like martial law. It's probably just kind of like
it's just lockdown type stuff where it's like, don't leave your house unless you like absolutely have to, kind of thing.
If you have to get food, then get food.
If you got to get food or go to the hospital or something, you can do that, but don't go to like a restaurant or a bar or anything. It's not worth it.
Yeah, and all the toilet paper's gone too, so that's fun. We should all invest in bidets.
Yeah, I got like 3 rolls of toilet paper left in my bathroom, so
I have 4 and like some Charmin wipes, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
thankfully, my roommate is not here anymore, so I can ration it more effectively.
God,
only one person's using the bathroom now.
Okay, that's good because like I have my own bathroom, so I think I'll be fine. Like now that you said that, I'm like, okay, no, I'm concerned for you. But yeah, no, the stores need to like put a limit on how much of essential items people can take, because like
I remember seeing a video on Twitter a couple days ago where it was like a guy was like wheeling out like a huge like stack of a bunch of toilet paper, and the caption on the Twitter was Dawn of the Dead, directed by George A. Romero, and it just had zombie noises as they were tearing apart the plastic and getting at the toilet paper.
I saw that. That was that's literally what's happening, and it's God,
Dawn of the Dead remains relevant to this day, and that makes me happy and sad at the same time.
Not Zuck Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, the real one.
I will admit, though, I do actually like the Dawn of the Dead remake.
And it's all right. I've seen
it's not as good as the first, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah, I wonder how Army of the Dead is going to be. Probably just lots of gray filters and biblical references. But anyway, you did not come here to hear about the coronavirus, because I imagine that's all you're hearing about. We just want to give our 2 cents on it right now because, shit's crazy. But, we're going to talk about some stuff to, take your mind off of it. At least for the most part, because one of our things might have to do with it. Sorry, but anyway.
Okay.
So we have some recent news. Not really much in the way of comics. At least I don't think.
I think Amazing Mary Jane came out this week, and that's about it.
Yeah, I haven't caught up on it yet, and I feel very bad.
Same. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to read it.
Because I remember reading the first 2 issues, and they were so good, and like I have not had time lately. But now I do, because, pandemic, so yay.
All we have is time anymore.
Yeah. Time to wallow away in our bedrooms, wondering where we went wrong in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Spider-Woman came out this week.
That's right.
I do not like the new suit, but I haven't read it yet, but I don't like the new suit.
Why didn't they just, like, the redesign that they had before was...
The jacket was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it was cool and unique, and then they were like, okay, we're going to give her a very male-gazy costume back. And then people were like, why? Like, there's no point to it. And then they're like, okay, how about this new one with, like, black on it?
It looks like Miles' suit with little yellow triangles in the spider.
Yeah, it's like it still has the same problem. Like,
yeah, it's fine, I guess. I just keep the jacket. It was cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll need to read that too, but
yeah, I heard it was good. I'm not a fan of the suit. That's all.
Yeah. One comic was announced. It was Web of Spider-Man, which is like a comic about the Spider-Man at the Avengers compound that's going to be at Disneyland.
Yeah,
doesn't. I need to shut up about it. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry. It's fine. Don't worry. But yeah, the Disney attraction that's coming eventually is Spider-Man with the Avengers and everything. So like they're making a comic about it.
And like at his facility, it's like him, Harley Keener. They say Shuri's there, or no.
Moon Girl.
Yeah, Moon Girl. Yeah, Moon Girl. I was like, was it Shuri? No, it was Moon Girl. Yeah. Which is cool. I wonder if that means they're going to have her in the MCU soon.
I hope so. She's cool.
Yeah.
Give me Double Dinosaur on the big screen, damn it.
That would be a sight to see, just because it's just like, wow, Marvel like is literally has no inhibitions anymore.
Yeah,
in terms of, like,
I can't wait for a movie about the Savage Land, because it will literally just be Jurassic Park with superheroes.
I mean, I heard the rumor that the X-Men want the X-Men to go to like the Savage Land.
Do it
as soon as like they're in the MCU, which would be pretty cool. But
that'd be cool. Let's do it.
Yeah,
we need to do something different with the X-Men movies.
God, like just have it start off with them on Krakoa, and then like have them descent.
Honestly, Krakoa is the easiest way to introduce them. Just where have all the mutants been? They've been on this cool island this whole time.
This cool island that's literally alive. Like,
yeah,
just do that, and then like work your way up to like classic X-Men stuff. But anyway, so the biggest news that came out like yesterday. We're recording this on Friday the 20th, by the way, aka Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal Day. So, basically, yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. But the big news that came out yesterday is that Sony has 2 new movies in the works for Spider-Man characters. Who are they? Man-Wolf and Solo.
Okay, so the first one has one big, huge Venom-sized problem with it.
Yeah.
Because they opened the movie with killing off John Jameson.
That's like
in the first 5 minutes, we see his corpse being wheeled out by an ambulance.
The whole thing that they say in it is like the whole point of him being in the movie was just like, look, it's John Jameson. It's the guy from Spider-Man 2. And
it's like, remember him from the 90s cartoon? He's the one who brought Venom to Earth in that one.
And now he's dead.
Here, he's dead.
Yeah, and like I get he can be brought back with like the moon gem, the thing that like gives him his power.
Yeah, but so we're gonna make a werewolf zombie, I guess.
We got Morbius and we got Man-Wolf. Sony's end of Phase 1 is Morbius versus Man-Wolf. Yay!
Oh my God, it's Dracula versus the Wolfman. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's Twilight. What are you talking about?
It is. Okay, who's the girl they're gonna fight over? It's Black Cat.
Don't.
You know it to be true.
Do not give them ideas, please. For the love of God, don't. Did you see the information that came out of like the scrapped Silver and Black script treatment thing?
You mean Silver Sable and some girl named Black Cat in name only?
Yeah, where she's like a hacker and like
yeah. I had no interest.
It's just like Felicia Hardy is probably the easiest character to get right, and like
just do
people have been fumbling it. Insomniac has fumbled it, and now Sony has fumbled it twice, in fact, because of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I forgot she was in that.
Yeah, and like
she was like an Oscorp exec or assistant or whatever.
Yeah, and like her role was like significantly reduced because she was supposed to be like Harry's girlfriend, which like that's already weird, but like there's so much wrong with that movie, and we talked about it in a podcast like at some point last year leading up to Far From Home, but like that there is just so much wrong with that movie. Like
I may have not been a part of the podcast itself, but I was there in the Twitch chat.
You were, and we could make a whole episode about what went wrong with that movie.
There's so much wrong with that and Sony's planning. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of their planning, Solo, a Sony movie.
Who the hell is Solo? Like, I'm
some merc That's all I know about him.
I'm
going to look him up on the Marvel Wiki to get some idea. His name is James Bourne. Yeah, I'm sure he predates Jason Bourne by a lot, but
I'm literally gonna have an aneurysm.
Okay, he's been around since '86, so he's before those movies.
If the virus doesn't kill me, this will. See, the ambulance is coming right now to pick. Because I'm just done. There's another Sony thing we got to talk about later. That's but
you mean you don't want him to you don't want him to join the team the Mercs for money? Like the anti-heroes for hire.
Who is on the team? Is there anybody that I would know on the team?
Let's see. Deadpool, Domino, Gorilla Man, Hit Monkey.
I've heard of Hit Monkey because they were going to do a show about him.
Yeah, wasn't he going to be in MODOK or something, I thought?
I don't know. I don't know if MODOK is still happening or not because all the things got scrapped. And
yeah. Anyway, there's Machine Man, Massacre, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Well, I know 3 of those. Well, I know 4 of those names.
Yeah.
But okay. Basically, Sony is throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks and is not planning out anything at all. No. Like I've seen some people say I get it when some people are like, well, Marvel didn't plan everything out thoroughly. Like we had the Gauntlet and Thor and like the Vault thing, and then
there was no plan to do Thanos until at least Avengers 1.
Yeah, but like at the same time, it's like that's just like a MacGuffin that like can be easily explained away in like some other thing. There's like a whole
they would eventually do in Thor Ragnarok where Hela just knocks the thing over and calls it a fake,
which is believable. At least to me.
Yeah, no, it's Odin's an asshole. I buy he'd do that.
Yeah, there was a lot of weird stuff with the Gauntlet that was just changing because like. At the end of Age of Ultron, we saw Thanos get the gauntlet from somewhere, like out of this vault thing, and then in like Infinity War, we hear Eitri, the giant Peter Dinklage.
I was about to say we meet Peter Dinklage, the giant.
Yeah,
that was the best fucking casting in anything.
That was my favorite reveal of Infinity War.
It's my favorite part.
Yeah, but then we hear from him that's like Thanos forced him and all the other giant dwarves to make the gauntlet, and it's like, when did he make y'all do that? Like, was that 3 years ago, or was that like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that the Age of Ultron like post credit took place like not long before Infinity War started.
But then you have to ask, why does Thanos take off that armor and put on the less cool armor? I don't know. This is shit that doesn't matter. I'm just spitballing.
Like, at the end of the day, they didn't care that much about that stuff.
But in my opinion, the armor from Infinity War and Endgame isn't as cool as the one shown in Guardians of the Galaxy and
I like the Endgame armor, but I do agree about the Infinity War one.
Because like it's weird because in Endgame it shows him like right before the Galaxy in his armor from Infinity War, but like then in Guardians of the Galaxy we see him in that other more comic accurate armor. And again, it doesn't matter, but it's inconsistencies. They're like, why did they do that? But anyway, So those are 2 movies that are definitely being talked about.
I will be shocked if Solo happens. Man-Wolf has somewhat of a chance.
If Morbius makes some money, then I could see it happening. But honestly, I don't know if Morbius will even come out when it's supposed to because of
I doubt it.
Yeah, but it depends on how long this thing lasts for, because that's 4 months away. So
yeah, that's true.
But anyway, so our next piece of news is something that has me a bit excited. So we talked about how Sony is finally doing a Jessica Drew Spider-Woman movie, which
about goddamn time.
It's a long time coming, and they're apparently rumoredly looking to cast Alicia Vikander as her, which not bad casting, but I want Daisy. Daisy really needs a job. She needs a job. Please,
she just got off Star Wars. I think she'll be fine.
Well, she was always saying during the press thing how she needs a job because Chaos Walking's been delayed for 2 years, and
that poor movie. Who was the one they're looking for? Alicia
Vikander, the one who played Lara Croft in the new Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, that's right. We went over that last time.
Right. She was also in Ex Machina. I haven't seen Ex Machina yet, but I've heard it's a very good movie.
Yeah, she was
also
in that. She was in Jason Bourne.
Yeah, it also stars Hux and Poe Dameron in Ex Machina. Oh. Yeah, it's I don't know. I need to watch it, but anyway, so we talked about that, but we got some recent news that apparently Kevin Feige is looking to make Spider-Woman a co-production between Marvel Studios and Sony, which would be really cool because that means this is as legitimate as he wants to officially make Spider-Woman a part of the MCU.
Yeah. And I really hope this happens because I would love to see Jessica Drew and Carol Danvers together on the big screen.
Please, that would be so. Imagine if they introduce her in Captain Marvel 2. And
I would not be shocked if that does happen.
If Kevin is able to because I think at this point we can see they're in it for the long game now. They really want to make this Marvel and Sony are in this for the long game now.
Disney wants Spider-Man. Sony wants Spider-Man. Let's make Spider-Man together.
And let's have our own fan fiction movies be a part of it.
Yeah.
Even if Spider-Woman wasn't being co-produced by Marvel Studios, I'd be I really want to see that because Jessica Drew has deserved a movie for a long time.
Yeah.
And her origin doesn't revolve around Peter Parker, so...
Yeah, no, it's the best part about Jessica Drew is she has literally nothing to do with any of the Spider people.
Yeah, and that's why I feel they should have just started with her instead of Venom.
Yeah. But no, we get to announce a movie about Jackpot before we even consider announcing Jessica Drew. Remember Jackpot? That character that didn't last a full fucking year before getting killed off?
I remember. I just remember that. I remember. Do you remember that there was this video from 2 years ago? Remember when Ready Player One was a big because of how it was catering to pop culture and stuff?
Yeah, the Iron Giant was a gun.
Yeah, but there was this video on YouTube that's called it was rejected or a rejected theme for Ready Player One, and it was this guy doing a beat, and then it was remember these things from things you remember, and one of the things was and then the main beat was you know that song?
Yeah.
And then they ended that first verse with this thing that just said, "I remember." That's what it just reminded me of when I said "I remember." That was a weird anecdote. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm bad at explaining things, but I'll share the video with you later because it's.
I was expecting a South Park reference where you just go, "I members."
I have never heard that from South Park before.
These fucking weird, these little dudes who just go, "Hey, remember that thing?" It's I members, and it's what?
I went through a South Park phase. I remember when I was in elementary school. I went through a South Park and a Family Guy phase.
Same. I still watch South Park on occasion, but I've kind of grown sour to most of it nowadays.
It's I don't know. It's just
it is a case of like they make fun of everyone. Okay, that's not good. Like that's not funny.
Like I don't care. It just I don't know. But
they can make fun of Disney all day long, and I'll laugh at that.
Yeah,
that was a good one. I like that one, but that was anyway.
Family Guy's just a big meme now because of like an ironic meme because like
a
lot of it's just not funny now.
No.
But anyway, so that would be cool if that happens because I'd love to see Spider-Woman get her due and be like a big part of the MCU because she deserves to be.
Yeah.
Like on her own accord, unconnected. I get it if they have a version in the MCU connect to Peter. Like if they introduce her in like Spidey or something.
Yeah, I understand that for like branding kind of stuff.
But I'd like it if they introduced her in like Captain Marvel 2 or something and then have her origin be like completely separate. And then she and Peter meet when they're both suited up and Peter's like, what the hell? Like,
no,
why are you copying me? Like it would be funny and cool. But
and then it turns out Jessica had never heard of Peter even once.
Yeah.
like she didn't even know he existed. Like, he's just some guy from Queens. Why would she care?
Yeah. No, that would be cool. But another bit of, it's more rumors than news, but it follows rumors that we've heard before. So like in December, there were rumors that Spider-Man PS5, which we're calling it, will release in like holiday 2021. Which seemed like a good estimate, but like it was one source. It was a couple sources, but like it was one story, so we didn't know how sure to be about it.
Yeah.
But now there's rumors that back it up and say that not only that, but there will also be Venom and Carnage in the game. What do you think about that?
Venom, I can definitely see because of how the last game ended, you know? Like, it's very obvious they want to do Venom, so, like, go for it. Carnage, I'm very hesitant to believe.
Yeah, I feel like it might be a thing they're considering, but, like, are probably gonna... Well, then again, they can't even really be considering, because, like, if it's gonna come out in holiday 2021, they have to be, like, working on the game right now. And like,
oh, yeah, no, they're working on... I guarantee they're working on it right now. Like,
yeah.
But, I feel like if we get Carnage in any capacity, we're just going to get Cletus. Like, we're just going to get the guy.
Yeah, it'll probably be like an Amazing 2 game where it's Cletus Cassidy's like a villain in his own right or something.
Yeah.
Or like he's going to play a role in the story somehow.
Yeah, as long as it's not exactly like Amazing Spider-Man 2 where he's basically the Punisher, but with a knife.
Yeah, something I remember was like, do you remember 7 Webheads?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, I remember like when the first trailer for the game came out, and it had like the dead body with the CK written on the wall. I was like, is that supposed to be Cletus Cassidy? And then I think, I remember like one of my tweets got like mentioned in a 7 Webhead before. When I went by a really cringy username on Twitter that I'm not going to share here, but it was shared on Twitter and it was shared on the video, and I can't remember if it was this or something else, but I remember like it was like everyone else was like, "Oh shit, it's Cletus Cassidy," and then we ended up being right, and people were like, "Does this mean Cletus Cassidy killed Uncle Ben in this universe?" Which I was gonna say like it's funny because when I was like in middle school, I had this entire concept for like an Ultimate Spider-Man adaptation where in this universe Cletus Cassidy was Uncle Ben's killer. Which
that would have been kind of neat.
Yeah. That's I'd rather prefer that than Sandman being Uncle Ben's killer.
Yeah. Honestly, I would be totally cool with that over fucking Sandman accidentally pulling the trigger.
Because at least Cletus Cassidy meant it, and it like would keep Peter being responsible. So
yeah.
But like
seeing as a Spider-Man 4 was supposed to include Carnage, that'd be some shit if they retcon it again. that right before Sandman pulled the trigger, Cletus Cassidy just sneaks up with a knife and just stabs Uncle Ben in the back and runs away.
Oh my! I'd love that. I love
it's that fucking that meme with it's Henry Cavill standing there and Jason Momoa is like running up to him, but it's like Cletus Cassidy with a knife.
No, it's like that video. It's like that very cycle and walking up behind Spider-Man, then stabbing him in the ass cheek, and then Spider-Man falls down screaming. That's my favorite video. That is my favorite video ever. But like either that or it's like it turns out, oh, the gun Sandman was carrying didn't have any bullets in it. It was Cletus Cassidy shooting with a sniper rifle.
He shot him from 10 miles away
because he really wanted to mess up Flint Marco's life. Oh my god.
He got bored and wanted to see what it'd be like to be Bullseye for a day.
I remember that tweet. Did I ever share that one with you? The one I said I was going to share with you, where it's like my friend made that like joke of like when I get out of here, there's going to be carnage, where it's like, oh, picture of Wilson Bethel, and it's when I get out of here, there's going to be Bullseye. Did I ever share? Like I talked about this.
I know we've talked about it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I have to find it and share it with you because it's my favorite tweet ever. But anyway, I believe Venom, but like I'm not a big fan of Harry being Venom. I'm just not.
I can get that. Yeah.
Because like Chris in the episode again with the burp. Thank you, me. But yes, like I remember it from the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon, which we talked about on your first episode, by the way, which you all listening can go back and listen to. It's episode 15. But I remember it in that cartoon, and it was just done so poorly. Like,
yeah, like I think it could have really worked, but there is the big problem is that Harry was like under complete control, like completely controlled by Venom. Like there was no Harry.
Yeah,
it was just Venom being an asshole.
Yeah, and also it's like Harry had no problem being Venom. Like, for example, if Harry was Venom in Spider-Man 3, I would have bought that.
Oh yeah, no, honestly, they should have done that.
Yeah, they should have, because instead of like hastily putting Topher Grace in there, because that way, like Sam Raimi could have kept like the thing he wanted while catering to Sony with Venom.
Yeah, but like honestly, that would have been the smart move, is just make Harry Venom, since I got to put him in somewhere, so I'll just slap him onto Harry now, I guess.
Yeah, that would make sense, but alas, they did not do that. But I just but now in the game, I can't see it working because it's like Harry has no problems with. In fact, Harry's a victim. He's literally dying from a neurological disease. So yeah, it's like
he's basically brain dead, I guess.
And like during the game, you are like being a good friend by like keeping his research stations alive. So it's like, what problems is Harry gonna have with you? Like, what's gonna happen? What force thing is gonna happen to make him?
Probably something to do with his dad, if I had to take a random guess.
But I feel like even Harry would understand. Like this Harry at least would even understand, because even he is like, yeah, my dad's kind of full of shit. Like I love him, but he is very full of shit. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'm not writing the game.
Yeah, me neither. We're not writing the game for a reason. So it's like, the reason that we're not in the industry, and also that I probably wouldn't be good at it, at least. You'd probably be good, Brian. I wouldn't be good at it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was trying to give you a compliment, but
well, I appreciate it,
because I didn't want to say we'd both be bad. Is that?
Well, I will admit I probably would not be very.
So. I don't know. It's just who knows? Who knows what the game is going to be? We'll see. I still believe it'll release in holiday 2021 because Because
I
Insomniac,
feel like that's a pretty good estimate.
Because Insomniac did not announce a release date for a long time, which was good because then they didn't end up delaying it.
Yeah.
But I'm betting on 2021. I'm betting on Venom, but I don't know about Carnage.
Yeah, I don't see Carnage showing up in this one. Maybe in the third one, but even then, that's kind of pushing it for me.
Yeah.
I feel like just not doing Carnage at all would be best.
Probably. Maybe Cletus Cassidy in the game at least.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Cassidy being a thing, but I don't see Carnage happening.
Yeah. If they make him the Woody Harrelson Cletus Cassidy, I'm literally going to throw my PS5 out the window.
Okay, but what if we do that?
No.
And we make the games canon to the Venom movie.
Oh, I would literally kill myself. No, okay. I hate saying that because it's no, I wouldn't. But I'd rather the coronavirus take me.
Look, Norman heard about the Life Foundation's experiments with these weird alien goop monsters.
Oh no!
And he found Eddie and took it from him, and then gave it to his son, who is floating in this green juice tank now.
I'm deep breath, deep happy thoughts, peaceful thoughts, as Logan said in Days of Future Past. Peaceful thoughts. Ugh.
And then he stabbed Kitty.
Yeah. I still like the Days of Future Past movie just being directed by.
It's a decent movie.
Yeah, it should have been the last one, but alas, it wasn't.
We need to do Apocalypse. We
need to do Dark Phoenix again because reasons.
Yeah, and we're gonna get the same guy who did it last time to fuck it up again.
Yay! Okay. So moving on from that.
Pleasant news, hopefully, or rumor, I guess.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Spidey 3 is apparently set to start shooting in July despite the coronavirus pandemic, which I can't say it's a bad estimate because if things go well,
long it goes on.
Yeah. If people do what they are told, if people listen to health officials, then this will probably happen. But at the same time, who knows? If it gets delayed, tweak the script a bit, which would be cool. Because as much as I love Far From Home, they did have to write it in a considerably short amount of time. So
yeah, honestly, if it means they get more time to focus on it and tweak some words and the lines and stuff, then yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but
and obviously, keep everyone safe.
Yeah, definitely. Who cares about keeping everyone safe? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because of so there's that, but also take this with a grain of salt because even Kevin Smith said this is a grain of salt. I don't know this.
Yeah, he's just I'm just a fan like everyone else. I don't know what they're doing back there.
Yeah, but apparently this is an actual rumor, not just stuff it's. I know that stuff people concoct up as rumors, but this is a legitimate rumor that is spreading around because a rumor spread around because it might actually be happening.
Yeah, this thing has been a rumor and theory among fans ever since Far From Home came out,
and this is the most solid piece of evidence, quote unquote, towards it.
Yeah, this is the closest to any kind of confirmation we've ever gotten of whether this is happening or not.
Basically, the rumor is that Daredevil, Charlie Cox's Daredevil, will be in Spider-Man 3.
And I do really hope that this happens.
Because, the opportunity is right there. It's right there.
So obvious.
I would be fine if it's Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, I mean, comic book Twitter will go in a fit of rage over it.
Oh yeah, no, they always do.
Yeah, but it would be fine. But like the dynamic between Peter and Matt Murdock is just so cool, and like to have that in a movie finally would be really cool. And it's like there's not much dynamic between Peter and Jennifer Walters. Like,
yeah, they don't really talk much.
Yeah, and like when they do, it's just like, oh, hi.
Yeah,
you definitely exist. Okay.
Yeah.
But like Peter and Daredevil have such an interesting dynamic with each other that it's just like, just do it. This is like a prime opportunity for it.
Yeah, like one of my favorite moments that obviously they can't do in this movie because like this would be their first meeting, but it's in Zdarsky's Daredevil when have you read this issue yet? Like
the one where Peter tells Matt that he's done?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I have read that one.
Yeah, like that's one of my favorite moments between them where it's like Daredevil accidentally killed a guy and started going nuts about it because like he can't accept that he killed someone.
Like he thinks someone else did it. He's like trying to.
Yeah, like he after he hears about it on the news, he's like, "Oh, the Fisk trying to get to me again. He killed the guy. He did this." And Fisk is just like, "I had nothing to do with this at all.
Yeah,
I'm just watching.
I'm just vibing. I'm just trying to go after Boomerang for some reason."
Oh well, we know the answer to that now.
The Tablet of Order and Chaos, or the Life Tab. I just know it as the Tablet of Order and Chaos because I remember Mysterio saying it a lot in Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah, but, with that glorious David Kaye voice.
Was that him?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I recognize that immediately because he sounds just like Beast Wars Megatron. So
it was a good voice for Mysterio. I liked it a lot. But
oh, definitely. I love it when Mysterio is like very over the top and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's why I loved him in Far From Home because like as soon as Jake Gyllenhaal flipped the switch, I was like, okay, now I'm like.
Yeah, like now
this is
Mysterio.
This is Mysterio, like 100%. And
like before, he's just some generic hero guy, but now this is the man himself.
Which is like so brilliant because, like, apparently he was like, "Yeah, I intentionally did some kind of bad acting as Mysterio to show that, like, yeah, this guy's not the best actor. He's just puffing his chest and acting like a generic superhero."
Yeah, and it works so well.
And like as soon as it becomes Mysterio, he's like amazing.
Exactly.
And I'll defend MC Mysterio until I die. I swear.
Oh, 100%. The only thing I would like change about him is back when in the flashback to when he worked for Stark, he had like the bowl cut.
Oh, I would have loved that. That would have been great.
Yeah, and like during this movie, he got like a haircut and makeover and whatever to look like a hero.
Yeah, and that opening scene, he kind of had a bowl cut a bit when his like hair was down.
A little. I feel like it was more the angle.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it would have been cool if they did that. If they had him looking like really nerdy, and
it
would have been like Electro but done better.
Yeah, no electric eel dentistry involved.
Oh god, but now thinking about it, it's like Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3 is Electro but better, which isn't saying much, but I mean,
I guess I didn't really like.
I love Iron Man 3, but Aldrich Killian was like
the lamest.
Guy Pearce was good. Guy Pearce did good with what he worked with.
Yeah, he did what he could with what he had. It's just what he had wasn't much.
Yeah, they should have just gone like. I like the Mandarin twist, but they should have gone like full. They should have had the real Mandarin be like, "Hey, I'm the Mandarin."
Yeah, they should have. The Mandarin should have been a thing in this movie.
Yeah,
but at least
we're getting him.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not soon because now that's shut down production.
Yeah. Well, eventually we're getting him in Shang-Chi, which. I know people are upset that they're changing it, that he's Shang-Chi's dad or whatever, and it's like, would you rather they make Fu Manchu in a movie?
Isn't Fu Manchu like the biggest stereotype ever?
The biggest.
Ugh.
Like the name tells you everything you need to know about him.
Yeah.
I'd rather take the the magic wizard man with the magic rings.
If done right, the Mandarin would be really. I'd love it.
Yeah, if they do him right, he'd be really cool.
Yeah, but anyway, so hopefully they get there in Spidey 3. If they do, though, I think it's just going to be Matt Murdock.
Yeah, I don't think he's suiting up as Daredevil.
With like maybe a post-credit scene with him as Daredevil, if they can film it. Because they usually film post-credit scenes like much later.
Yeah.
So like I could see them doing a post-credit scene showing like Peter meeting with him, or him meeting with Peter and saying like, "Hey, I'm Daredevil. Now let's fight shit together."
Yeah. I really hope he gets a new suit at some point.
He has to, because I don't think the Netflix suit is not going to look good on like movie quality cameras. Like,
I'm probably in the minority. I never liked the Netflix Daredevil suit.
I thought it was fine as like a first red suit, but like it should have changed.
I liked the helmet, like the mask.
The season 2 helmet was good.
Yeah,
like the first one at the end of season 1 looked like really weird.
Yeah, also that whole fight was kind of weird to me.
Like Daredevil versus Fisk.
Yeah, like specifically when he's like beating him with the pipe and you see the sparks coming off of what is clearly just fabric.
Yeah.
Like that was weird. I understand it's supposed to be like armored, but that did not work for me.
Netflix shows, like, as good as some of them were, they were very cheaply.
Yeah, definitely. Which it definitely, Daredevil was able to make it work because like you don't got to do that much for Daredevil in terms of budget.
But Defenders was very clear. Yeah. But anyway, so there's that, and then one last depressing news. Roberto Orci. You might know him as the writer of such fantastic films as Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and Amazing Spider-Man 2. Guess who hired him to write a Spidey spin-off movie? It's 4 letters. Can you guess it? Let's play a game of Hangman. Can you guess it?
Does it start with an S?
Yes.
Can I get a hint?
Rhymes with Tony.
Coney.
Yeah, you got it. Joseph Coney.
Yeah, I did.
That's such a dated reference. Oh my god.
I don't even know who that is.
You don't remember Coney 2012? The whole thing where it's like the guy made that big documentary and then he got arrested for it was like the biggest thing in early 2012. You don't remember
to be honest, I don't remember much of 2012.
Okay, that's understandable.
I was only 12 years old. I don't remember anything from that.
Yeah. I remember 2012 because like I was obsessed with like the Amazing Spider. So like that was like my big thing. But
he also wrote Star Trek Into Darkness. Yeah,
I've heard good and bad things about Into Darkness.
I hated Into Darkness. I just hated it.
Yeah,
mostly because it was just Wrath of Khan but shittier.
Yeah,
like it also really didn't help that they got Benedict Cumberbatch for Khan when Khan is not a white guy.
Yeah, did they announce that he was playing?
Yeah,
but then like in the movie, the movie tried to be like, oh, his name is actually this guy, he's this unknown guy, but then like, like, oh, he's Khan.
Yeah, no, in the movie it's a big twist, but it was very clear from promotional that he was Khan.
Yeah, like he should.
And then they had to like make a comic to explain why he looks nothing like he does in the other timeline.
Oh,
like they literally physically whitewash him.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
just
at least Star Trek Beyond was good.
I haven't seen Beyond yet, but I need to.
It's the only good one of the reboots, in my opinion. Because I did not like that first one.
Wonder when they're going to do the 4th one with James Kirk's dad, Chris Hemsworth. I don't know, but basically, back on topic. Yeah, Sony hired Roberto Orci to do a new Spider-Man spin-off movie, and I'm just like, why? Stuff like this just shows that they have learned.
Yeah, they learn literally nothing. Like, I understand there are people who like Amazing Spider-Man 2, don't get me wrong, but like, that is the movie that caused Sony to crawl back to Marvel to help in the first place.
Even people who like Amazing Spider-Man 2, this is not a well-written movie. Like, it's like, even like, you know how there's like now something Spider-Man accounts on Twitter, like for different universes of Spider-Man.
Hang on, you cut out a bit.
Oh, sorry. Do you know how like there's now like different daily blank Spider-Man accounts on Twitter? How like
I've seen Raimi and Ultimate go on my timeline a lot.
Yeah, like there's one for the Amazing Spider-Man movie. The admin of that one was like, yeah, no, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst movie. It's the worst Spider-Man movie. Because it's like enjoyable, but it's very poorly made.
Yeah, like the most amount of praise I can give it is the CGI is real.
Oh, the effects and the music were like the best of like.
Yeah, like I love it.
The music was the best of any Spidey movie until Into the Spider-Verse, at least.
Oh, definitely. Like Into the Spider-Verse definitely has the better soundtrack of all of them, like, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is just really good.
Like from its like music choices and its original music to its score, it's like,
yeah,
shit. A lot went into that movie. It's insane.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, Sony spent a lot of money on this movie, and it did not pan out. Like even a little.
Yeah. Wait, Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying Into the Spider-Verse, and I was like, wait, what?
Oh, no, that movie did great. Well, it did good.
Yeah, but I was going to say, like...
I meant Amazing Spider-Man 2. They poured, like, a shit ton of marketing, and it did not work. Yeah,
I think they got in trouble because they spent so much on marketing and, like, could not
I would not be shocked if they spent, like, the entire company budget on marketing this movie.
They spent $1 billion, apparently, marketing it. It was insane.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's
remember the 2-part Super Bowl ad that, like, literally said, hey, Gwen Stacy's gonna die?
That's right. Oh my god.
Like the end of part 1 was like, see what happens next at Super Bowl, and it's like, okay, so she's gonna die. You dressed her up in the outfit from Amazing Spider-Man 121, and now you're showing her falling in a clock tower. It's like, do you think we're idiots? Do you think that we can't tell that she's gonna die? Like, I would have almost been like, it would have been great marketing if she actually didn't die. And it was just bait, but it wasn't. And like the thing is, the death scene is like one of the best scenes in a comic book movie, in my opinion. The movie is
it's a good scene.
It's a bad movie, but I love that scene. It makes me well up every time I see it.
Yeah, I kind of chuckle a bit at the web forming a hand, but like I understand it's it's symbolic. It's cool imagery.
It's cheesy, but it's like Spider-Man cheese. I'm like that.
Exactly.
That's something I would have seen in the comics, or I'm like maybe I could have seen Raimi doing that.
I could 100% see Raimi doing that in one of his movies, and it would not feel out of place at all.
By the way, Raimi is still on apparently to direct 2.
Good. Let him do what he wants. Please. Let him do whatever he wants with this.
Please. But anyway, yeah. I don't know why they hired this guy. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but he has written some bad movies, and I don't know. Anyway, that is the end of news. Now let's actually talk. We spent almost an hour here.
Shit, you're right, haven't we?
This is a Web of Shadows episode all over again. I'm sorry. A lot of news came out, like not just the coronavirus. Like, so, as you guys know, this is the end of March of the Clones. The first part hurt a lot, but it got better after that. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. But fortunately, we're going to have to rip off the Band-Aid again in the years to come. So,
yep, but for now, this episode is the one where we fully heal. Don't worry.
Because it's the Clone Saga, but good.
Yeah.
It has its fair share of dumb stuff in it, but it's still good.
Oh yeah, especially at the end.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So what we're talking about this episode is the Ultimate Spider-Man Clone Saga, which I own right here, a very limited edition Marvel Premiere Edition hardcover trade of it. And it's like a completely different cover than like the regular trade, but it's like a really cool one. I got this at my LC like in 2013 when I still had one, and then it closed, and then I was very depressed. Because it was the only way I was getting my comic, because I wasn't getting it anywhere else. But so
I just own it. I just borrowed the trade on Comixology.
I have Marvel Unlimited and like, ooh, sorry, burp again. I don't know what's going on with me. Why do I burp every time I drink water? There's nothing in water. Am I just swallowing air? Is that why I'm?
It evaporates as soon as it enters your body, I guess.
Apparently, maybe that's just how my stomach acid is. Who knows? But basically, so Clone Saga, we all know Clone Saga. We talked about it. That's what this whole event this month is about. So basically, Clone Saga. Why am I saying this as if I'm about to explain Clone Saga in general? I don't know. But
you all know what the Clone Saga is. It was a mess. This is a better version of it from a different
this is
universe.
Like let's take the idea of Clone Saga and like make it fit in this universe and make it like let's make a compelling story about Peter Parker being broken down.
Yeah. Also, let's just condense it by like a lot.
This is only like 6 to 10 issues, I think. It's like 8 issues long.
Let me check.
I think that's how much my hardcover has. It's Ultimate Spider-Man 97.5. So that's like that's 8 issues. That's 8 issues. Yeah.
Yep, it's 8 issues long.
Yeah. So, or is it 8 or I don't know. Yeah, I can't do math. I can't do math.
Hang on. 7, 8, 9, 100. 1, 2, 3. 4,
that's 9 issues. 9. Yeah. Because it's not like 97 plus 8. It's
it's not. It didn't take up 4 fucking Spider-Man books to make this thing happen.
It was
the course of like 3 years.
Just one, and they did this for like the 100 issue special thing. That's why they did this. So basically, at this point this is still like the first. Hold on one sec. I'm catching my breath. Sorry, I have the coronavirus, everybody. But basically, in this timeline, in this period, this is still like the first part of Ultimate Spider-Man before Ultimatum happened, and where it's like still Bagley's art and stuff.
Which I'll admit I did kind of drop off Ultimate Spider-Man after Bagley left because it just didn't feel the same.
When did he leave?
I want to say the trade after this one. Let me look. I know because there was like a whole like message in one issue about his departure.
Because like to me, Bagley is Ultimate Spider-Man more so than Brian Michael Bendis, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Like Bagley's art, like. And you can see Bagley's art style here in like other comics, but like it's so distinct here that it's like
it is very distinct in this series in particular.
Yeah, especially I always remember reading like my first Ultimate Spider-Man comic was like the irises of people's eyes had like a little sliver cut out of them to like make it look like a shine, and I always like it always stuck with me. I don't know, but anyway, so basically, what's happening right now is that Peter is with Kitty Pryde. They're dating for some reason, and like
It was because like MJ and him broke up because like shit got crazy for a while.
Like they broke up once and they got back together and they again and this is them getting back together.
Yeah, it's a usual like high school romance.
Yeah, she first broke up with him after the whole where she was dropped from the bridge.
Yeah, when they did the homage to Death of Gwen Stacy and everything.
Yeah. So like that was like she broke up with him after that, then they kind of got together, then they broke up again. Now here's them. This is how they get back together, pretty much. Spoilers, but you already knew that going into this.
Peter Parker and Mary Jane in the Ultimate Universe are together forever in the end.
They're destined. They literally run away together after he comes back because he's immortal. We'll talk about that one day. We'll talk about that one day. So
one more.
Yeah, one day more. Was that what you were getting at from Les Mis? One day more.
No, it was the other thing.
What was the other thing? Because I'm dumb.
Spider-Man. One more. One day. One more.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mark Bagley left after issue 111.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, from there it just kind of went. Nah.
They did like an anime style for a bit, and it was weird.
It was hideous.
They did it for like the issues where Peter and MJ were like, sex now, or like wait until later.
It was disturbing as fuck.
It's weird.
The eyes were like black holes. Yeah,
like I think a Spider-Man anime style, and it looked good, but like Fake Red is a really good art style.
It does.
Did it end? Did it end like fully?
I can look that up.
Because I thought I saw that it ended. Because we saw that who came back. Like, so I don't know if it ended there or not. If that was like an actual ending or if that was setting up for another arc or whatever. But
no, I think it's still going.
Oh, good, because I gotta catch up on that because that's apparently a really good manga.
It is very good.
We got it. I keep saying it. We have to do an episode on that someday because
we do.
But basically, what's happening here? So basically, a brief rundown of the plot of this is so Peter and Kitty Pryde are dating, but they're having disputes because Kitty thinks Peter is still in love with MJ. MJ and Peter try to still be friends, and they go to the mall to eat and talk. And MJ dated Molten Man for a bit, but not really Molten Man. His band is called the Molten Man. Because in the Ultimate Universe, you have to do weird stuff.
Yeah, you gotta do different spins on characters.
Like Venom is the Venom suit to cure cancer.
Yeah, that was really weird. Like, why would you
liked it.
It's okay. I would have preferred if it was still an alien. It was just used as like a way to cure cancer.
That's how I would have done it, where it's like a piece of it was like extraterrestrial.
Yeah, but yeah, there's that, and there was another. I forget what else I was going to talk about. Never mind.
One of them is something we're going to talk about here.
Oh yeah,
but so then Scorpion, that's the first time we see Scorpion. He comes in, destroys them all. Then Peter fights him, breaks off his mask, and sees that it's him. It's Peter.
Yeah, so like it's just his face.
First thing he does is that he just kidnaps him and takes him to the Baxter building, to the Fantastic Four. He reveals his identity, and he's like, hey, I'm Peter Parker. This is also Peter Parker. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And like even they're like, okay, we can't tell Nick Fury about this because this is just
because Nick Fury is an asshole.
And Nick Fury is Nick Fury, so like he's
and this is ultimate Nick Fury, so he's even more Nick Fury than ever.
Yeah. So basically, like during this, MJ gets kidnapped from her home by somebody, and her mom is very much worrying about her, and she's like, "Help me find my baby." And
she's losing her mind. She's on the news, like showing them a picture of her, like crying, and it's messed up.
It's like from Silence of the Lambs with that one mother trying to tell Buffalo Bill. Oh, cracking open the water. Hold on. Here's some ASMR water opening for you. Well, now you laughed, so you covered it up. So
I did. I waited till after.
How are the ASMR people going to get their fix now?
They'll find a way. There's like 50 million videos.
Maybe they can do it in the last episode. Scarfing my face because I did not eat that entire day for some reason. But I just hit my watch on something. Yeah. So Peter tries to go look for her. He goes to the place, which is the warehouse that they go to make out and stuff.
Yeah, like it's their hangout.
Yeah, that was like big in early 2000s. In like stories, there's always the place where you make out and stuff.
There's always the old abandoned factory that you go to, the fucking Code Lyoko factory that you go to hang out in.
Yeah.
God, I gotta watch Code Lyoko again.
Yeah. I haven't seen Code Lyoko.
Oh man, you did not grow up with a good childhood.
That was on Cartoon Network, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't grow up on Cartoon Network. Nickelodeon and Disney.
Oh, you missed out on so much.
I know I did, and I feel.
Come on, man, fucking Samurai Jack, at least.
I'm sorry, I didn't watch Samurai Jack growing up. I watched Avatar. I watched Avatar. How about that? I watched Avatar. Avatar was my favorite show growing up.
I was this close to clicking the hang up button on Discord, but I'll allow it.
Yeah, so Peter goes to the warehouse to find her, and he sees a woman in the Spider-Man costume. What? And he fights her, and she's not really explaining herself, but she has Peter's smart ass.
She's trying to. It's just Peter's being a crazy asshole.
Because the love of his life was kidnapped, so it's like...
Yeah, and he's an angsty teenager, so...
Yeah.
It's bad enough.
So then we see where MJ is. She's at Oscorp. In Ultimate it was called Osborne.
They go back and forth.
Yeah, it's weird.
They go back and forth on it all the time.
Oscorp just rolls off the tongue better. I don't know. Yeah.
It's a way better name. But
yeah,
it's just been lying there in ruins ever since the first book.
Yeah. But so we find out who she was kidnapped by. She was kidnapped by Peter. What? But no, it's Peter with a messed up face. So it's like, oh, it's Kane.
Yeah, it's a fucked up Kane with like this messed up Spider-Man half-stitched sweater thing.
Oh, I love that suit because it's so unnerving. It's so like
creepy as hell. I love it.
It is. But like this Peter isn't even really dangerous. He's just really concerned for MJ.
Yeah, like he is obsessed with like keeping MJ safe, and he found a way. He's gonna give her superpowers.
How will he do that? So that's the Fantastic Four doing more research on the thing on the
fucked up Scorpion clone, which
they're like.
I do just want to add real quick. I fucking love Ultimate Scorpion's design so much.
Oh, I love it. It's great. I'd love it if they use that as Scorpion.
Same. Like it's perfect because Scorpion is supposed to be the anti-Spider-Man, and with that mask with the big yellow eyes, he looks like an evil Spider-Man.
He does.
Like, it works really well.
Especially because it has the black edges around them. Like
exactly.
They're the same like swivel that are at the top of Peter's eyes, on the top of Spider-Man's eyes. I mean,
yeah.
But, what, Peter and Spider-Man? They're not the same person. What are you talking about?
No, wait, Spider-Man. What? Who?
Yeah. But anyway, so basically, the Fantastic Four are like, okay, this is illegal. Don't want to do it, but we have to.
We gotta tell Nick Fury about this
because if we don't, our asses are grass. Like we have to tell him. So then Peter goes home. No, he goes to his old house.
Because they moved.
Not his old house. He goes to his current house because who was like, "Oh, you moved? When did you move?" He finds Gwen Stacy, who's alive because Carnage killed her a few issues ago.
Yeah, and then they moved after that because it's like, fuck this house, everyone dies in it.
Yeah, and so Aunt May comes home and she's like, Peter, what the fuck is going on? Why is Gwen Stacy? And Peter's like, okay, I'm Spider-Man, and here's what's going on.
Yeah.
Then
which I love that, where after Aunt May sees, like, you know, Gwen alive, like, and Peter next to him, Peter's like, I guess it's time now. All right.
Yeah, he's like, I can't hide this from her anymore.
Yeah, it's like, the jig is up. Let's just do it.
It's like, there's no way he can explain, because he can't even explain why Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, so no, he doesn't even know what Gwen's deal is, right? So, like, he has no choice.
So he's like telling Aunt May to try to find solace in her, so he can feel like he's not alone in this. So then she tells him to prove it, that he's Spider-Man. So then he jumps on the wall. Then she yells at him.
Yeah, like
this was a thing that like kind of bothered me, because I'm like, I get this Aunt May is like a lot tougher than she's a lot tougher than 616 Aunt May, but like
she's not a doting grandma friendly who makes cookies every day and doesn't care what you do.
Yeah, like she's very much concerned about Peter, but like
she acts like how an aunt usually would.
Yeah, but like I just could not buy her saying, "Get out of my house right now." But then then we get another bombshell, just like, Peter, here's your dad. He's alive too.
And has been the whole time.
This is what Amazing Spider-Man 2 tried to do, pretty much.
Oh my god. What if it was just an aged Peter clone the whole time?
Which is pretty much what this... Spoiler, this is what this is.
Yeah, so I don't mean to spoil it ahead of time, but like, it's the Clone Saga. You know this is bullshit.
Yeah. So basically, he explains what's happening, how... I'm burping again.
All right. God, are you dying? Like,
yeah, I have the coronavirus. What are you talking about? No. God,
how old are you then?
I have the body of a dying old man, so...
That'll do it.
Yeah. So Richard Parker... I can't say Richard Parker without just thinking Spider-Man movies. It's funny to me. Richard Parker's briefcase.
God.
The coins to Roosevelt are in...
They're in my fucking calculator, and I'm going to upload all this top secret Oscorp information to my super secret subway layer that no one knows exists, so no one will ever know the truth.
I somehow uploaded this in the 90s laptop on an airplane to a 90s PC deep underground in a hidden subway.
Why didn't I just upload this to the internet?
What? The internet doesn't exist yet?
Then how did you upload it to your computer?
Science.
The internet is science.
No, Oznet. Oscorp.
They invented internet. That's right.
They invented Bing.
That's why Peter uses it in the first movie.
Yeah. Oscorp invented Sony. But anyway, okay, we got to get back to this. But basically, he's like, "Oh yeah, I refused to go because I didn't want to work for Trask." I said, "Was it Trask in the comics?" Okay, yes. It was Trask.
That was the thing that was kept from the game. Was Trask hired them, and
yeah, I didn't want to work for Mr. Peter Dinklage, so I said, "You know what? I'm probably going to divorce my wife after this."
Yeah, because like, from like his perspective, like he was about to board the plane, but then he had a change of heart at the last minute, and Mary chewed him out, rightfully so, if you ask me. From like their point of view, like
it's like, Richard, you should have thought about this earlier.
Yeah, like from everything that Mary and Eddie are telling you, you both already had this discussion and you already agreed. Like,
but there is a reason. There is a reason why it's like she rightfully chewed him out. There's a reason. Yeah. So basically, it's like, he was supposed to be dead, but then he was found by the CIA, and they're like, "Hey, come work We want you to continue your work. Everything's a weapon. It doesn't matter what you it's going to be made into a weapon, but at least you can control it somewhat.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, now I'm doing it. But
Spread it to you.
Yeah, through Discord. How the
through
fuck?
Discord. It's evolving. Someone's playing Plague Inc. out here.
I was about to say it's become deceased.
Oh, God.
And that was weird. But yeah, it's a thing in the universe where they keep alluding to there's a genetic war coming where, like, you know, superpowered people are going to be the next, like, weapon of mass destruction.
Which makes sense because the Ultimate comics were all about trying to be very timely with the early 2000s.
Yes.
So, like,
I definitely get that, and it's a cool premise. It's just saying that, as far as I can tell, that war never came.
Yeah, I feel like they were going to get to it, but then like, nope, ultimatum.
Honestly, they should have just made that into the war.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Called the Ultimate Universe Genetic War Ultimatum.
But anyway, so he started working on clone stuff, and May knew he was alive, and she didn't tell him. That's my favorite thing, where it's like, Peter's like, you knew he was alive, and you didn't tell him.
You were Spider-Man.
And you didn't tell me. But, yeah, so we find out all that, and then... So I was helping Gwen with everything, and, like, I was trying to help her, and then something happened. Because not even Gwen remembers how she got there. And so then, immediately after this, Nick Fury just pulls up with a shit ton of spider slayers and is like, Peter Parker, pull up, square up right now.
Get your ass out here. As you can see, I am not playing around.
That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite Nick Fury moments. I mean, I hate him for the most part in this story because, like, he is very much an antagonist in this story. Yeah, but, like...
I love Ultimate Fury so much as, like, a character.
He's such an asshole, but, like, with Peter, he's like...
He tries not to give Peter too hard of a time, but, like, in this scenario, you're coming with me because people are making more of you.
And this is a genetic fallout thing. He says it's like, this is a mess that's, like, now affecting civilians, so it has to be contained. That's, like, his whole thing.
Yeah, it's like if this shit gets out, then that genetic war I keep talking about every 5 minutes is coming, like, tomorrow.
Yeah. So then Aunt May has a heart attack, and Gwen
should after all of this.
No, first Gwen turns into Carnage. And just bursts out, destroying every Spider Slayer. Yeah. And then May has a heart attack. And
she should.
And Richard Parker doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, which is meant to be your first hint that something's up with him.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be a doctor. And any doctor, no matter who you are, if you're working in nuclear weapons or genetic cloning, you know what to do if someone's having a heart attack. That's like the first thing you learn in med school, I think. At least.
It is definitely one of the first things you learn when you go to become a doctor is how to take care of someone having a heart or panic attack.
Yeah. So basically, like, that's happening. And then the Fantastic Nick, what are you doing? We didn't say do this.
We just told you about the clone thing. Go get the clones.
And Nick's just like, nope, we got to get Peter. And they're like, this is bullshit. We're not going to stand for this. And so they try to help Peter, but they are overwhelmed.
Yeah, Ben tries to fight Ultimate Carnage, and Carnage just throws him like a mile away into a Burger King.
Yeah, and Sue and Richard are going to take Aunt May to the hospital. And so Peter eventually gives himself up to Fury. But then, Spider-Woman comes in. She's like, yoink, you're coming with me now.
Yeah. Also, the Slayers are able to take down Carnage after Tinkerer like figures out how to damage him.
Yeah.
Which, since this is like the last time Ultimate Carnage will ever do anything cool, I just want to say I love the way Mark Bagley draws Carnage so much.
Oh yeah, this Carnage has a great design in my.
Agreed. I love Ultimate Carnage's design way.
I just wish they used Cassidy in some fashion.
Yeah, he does have a cameo in like one of the early stories with like Kingpin.
Does he?
Yeah, like he doesn't appear, but his name does. Where like Peter's looking up like cat burglars and shit, and for some reason Cassidy's name is on the list.
I remember in one of the early issues it said Eddie Brock, reporter with the Daily Planet.
Yep, that was during the Doc Ock arc, like the first one.
The Daily Globe.
Yep.
Not the Daily Planet.
No,
we're not in DC world right now.
We can't get sued.
But so basically, like it was going to be like, it's going to be the same as in 616, but then they did college age Eddie, who was childhood friends with Peter, who was also a major creep.
It's like, I like the idea of like Eddie and Peter being like childhood friends, and Spectacular was able to make that work.
Oh yeah.
Like the best way I can describe Spectacular Spider-Man is it's like a perfect combination of 616 and Ultimate Spider-Man, just
100%,
mashed together, and it works perfectly.
It does. Kevin Feige, please give us season 3 on Disney Plus, please.
Someone, please. Disney, Sony, stop having your dick measuring contests and just make up,
please. But anyway, so Gwen is taken down. Peter's like, and it's a really emotional moment. Then Spider-Woman comes in. She's like, yoink, and she takes him onto a truck and she breaks his handcuffs. And he's like, okay, what's going on? And then she's like, okay, don't freak out. She takes off her mask, and it's woman Peter. It's a female Peter.
Yep.
Like the same face, but
yeah.
Which they do a really interesting thing with her in this story, because it's hard to like explain, but it's like it does deal with gender dysphoria with her like a lot.
Yes.
And so it's like,
because she has all of Peter's memories
and emotions and like his thought. She has his brain pretty much.
Yeah. Like when she was first born a month ago, she was just straight up Peter Parker in a girl's body.
Yeah.
And like that's really weird.
Yeah. But I think over time, like by the end of this, she accepts herself as Jessica Drew.
Yes.
Which isn't like her being forced to. I think it's just, I don't know. That's, like I said, it's hard to explain properly because this is the 2000s. They didn't do transgender stuff the best way.
They did not think like all this stuff through all the way.
But there is very clearly transgender
100%
with Jessica Drew here.
There's definitely that kind of implication, no doubt.
Yeah.
And Ultimate Ben Reilly, who is some black guy who worked with Dr. Connors.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Thing that was different is that it's like, hi, I'm Dr. Ben Reilly. And it's like, what?
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I can get behind that.
But it's all right because this basically makes her the Ben Reilly of this story.
Yeah, Ultimate Jessica Drew is the Ben Reilly of the Ultimate Universe.
Pretty much.
Except, in my opinion, she is a way better character.
Yeah, because she has enough difference from Peter to be like my own person. And Ben Reilly's just edgy 90s Peter.
Yeah. Sometimes, other times, he's better, cooler Peter, and then he became the Jackal. That's one thing Jessica Drew has over Ben Reilly. She never became the Jackal.
Yeah. But basically, she explains what happened. It was her and the other.
Like when Gwen woke up, she immediately turned into carnage and wrecked the whole facility.
Yeah. So it was like her, the wolf spider guy.
Tarantula.
Yeah. Scorpion and Kane. And Kane immediately is like, we gotta go see.
Yeah.
And Richard's just there like, guys, calm down.
Yeah. And I do appreciate that he doesn't show up till after everything went to shit.
Yeah. Also, Madam Web is there for.
Yeah, Ultimate Madam Web is some hypnotizing lady.
Cassandra Webb.
Yeah, she's like she was some like hypnotizing telepath lady who was gonna wipe Jessica's memories so she'd be like more complacent and be a soldier.
Yeah, but that didn't happen, and Jessica Drew is now like, I have all these thoughts and emotion, memories.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't really know what memories are mine and which ones are yours, and it's really confusing. And
also, during all this, we find out what Kane was doing.
He hooked MJ up to this machine and is pumping her full of the Oz formula, which is what gave Peter and Norman and everyone their powers.
And basically, the tarantula tries to stop Kane, but Kane like knocks him out, and then MJ transforms into Demo Goblin, and
which is just basically a werewolf.
Yeah, it's not even really a goblin.
Yeah, but, no, it's not. It's a werewolf.
Yeah, but so Peter and Jessica immediately go to Oscorp and stop Kane. And as soon as MJ sees the real Peter, she
turns back to normal.
Yeah,
passes out, and all while this is going on, the X-Men are just chilling at their mansion, and then Kitty sees on the news like the army of robots in front of Peter's house.
She's like, "Guys, we're going to Queens," and they're like, "What? No." And she's like,
"We're going to fucking Queens,"
and they do, and then they're like, way too late.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought that was kind of funny that out of everyone, the X-Men showed up way later to the party than everyone else. By the time they did, everything was already fixed.
Yeah, but basically, they knock out Kane. Like they subdue Kane.
Yeah,
then we find out who the true mastermind, who the master planner, if you get my drift, was behind everything. It was Otto Octavius.
Yeah.
There's a funny thing. There's like a funny running thing in this story. It's like a bunch of people who have criminal records exchange sentences for working for the government. Like Ben Reilly did it, and now Otto Octavius did it.
Yeah. Look, if you're super smart, the government will totally cut a deal with you and get you out of prison if you make them cool weapons and clones and stuff.
That's what Arnim Zola did in Winter Soldier, and
pretty much
created Hydra again. But
he just turned the biggest, most powerful government agency on the planet into neo-Nazis.
He did, and yeah. But Otto, like, this is a great moment because just like it just shows how evil this version of Otto is. He's just like...
Yeah, Ultimate Ock is honestly really cool. Like, he hates Spider-Man so much.
And Peter. Like,
like his story, I think the last time he appeared, it was the arc where Bendis basically poked fun at the Raimi movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Doc Ock showed up, he was like, wait, they're making a movie about the guy who kicked my ass. I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he captures Peter and has him on a plane, and he breaks his tooth and then uses his arm to like rip it out.
Oh God, I don't remember that. I gotta read that.
Like he uses his robot arm to like smack Peter in the face, and Peter's like, "I think you broke a tooth," and I was like, "Oh, I'm a doctor. Let me help you." And then he just rips it out.
Jesus fuck.
It's fucked.
Oh God. And this is just even worse because he's like, yeah, I created a ton of clones of you, and now you're never gonna have to live. Now you're never gonna live a normal life again. He's like, I didn't do anything to you. This is all my own work. But it just so happens that my work destroys every single part of your life.
Yeah.
And I can live
with
with
win-win. I get out of jail and I get to ruin every piece of your existence.
And Kane tries to run after Otto, but then he tries to get MJ, then he's shot by SHIELD people.
Yeah, they borderline disintegrate him.
Yeah. And Nick Fury has to abide by Otto. Yeah. But then Peter's like, look, Nick, give me 10 minutes. Yeah. 10 minutes and then I'll go with you. Give me 10 minutes to beat the shit out of this guy for ruining my life.
Yeah.
And then
like beforehand, like Nick Fury showed up and was originally just going to arrest Otto, but Otto just kept pulling. He basically has diplomatic immunity almost.
Yeah,
where it's like, you can't arrest me. I work for the CIA now.
And like both Peter and Jessica are like, oh, we're literally going to rip his spine out.
We are going to murder him. Like, and Peter definitely has the thoughts of, I'm actually going to kill this man.
Yeah. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'm going to kill him. No, I am going to murder him.
I'm actually going to end up killing this guy.
And Nick, and like, we think Nick is just going to ignore Peter and let Otto go and arrest Peter and Jessica. But then Nick's like, you heard the man. And Otto thinks Nick listened to him. And then Nick is like, okay, guys, let's go.
Yep. He's like, you heard the man. Let's move out. And Otto's like, wait, what? Where are you going?
Nick is like, you're in charge. Go take care of it.
Yeah. And I was like, what? And then there's just the three still like living spider people in front of him. Like,
and Otto's like, look, I don't want to do this. I'm tired.
Yeah, well, I just want to go home and do work.
And then, like, Wolf Spider lunges at him, and then Otto kills him. Then we get the big stupid twist. We get that's the worst part of this story. Easily.
It's definitely the worst part. Like, everything else, I think, is really good. This sucks.
It turns out that Otto's a mutant who can...
Yeah, it turns out that it wasn't the arms he was controlling. It was the metal.
I could control the metal. And it's like, he makes new arms out of metal. Could he have just not had his arms on him? Just
they melted them down.
Oh.
Like, after that arc I just talked about, Shield captured him again and took him to a steel mill where they forced him to watch as they slowly, like, drop the arms into molten steel.
Yeah. Well, they could have had him rebuild them with the CIA just in case he needs to defend himself.
Yeah, honestly, this feels like Bendis wanted to have this cool fight with Doc Ock and Spider-Man and Spider-Woman, but then he forgot that he destroyed Otto's arms in his last story, so he's like, shit. He's Magneto now.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, and it's like... like how Otto even mentions, like, I could make anything I want out of metal, probably, but I just really like these arms.
He's like, I guess I kind of liked being called Dr. Octopus by you.
Yeah, even though just a couple sentences ago you were like, how much I hate that fucking name.
But basically, like, Nick Fury is dealing with, like, the guy...
Yeah, the CIA sleazeball who hired Otto in the first place.
And Nick Fury is like, who? Are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like, like, you mean to tell me that you may have hired Dr. Otto Octavius, known super criminal and murderer?
To make a bunch of clones of Spider-Man to literally take over the world?
A bunch of illegal genetic experiments that I am literally in charge of taking care of by the government? Never heard of them.
Yeah. Oh, God. But, I forgot to mention, Johnny's MJ back to the Baxter building to help Reed and Franklin Richards, not Franklin Richards, Franklin Storm can fix her. But, so
and all this is going on, Sue and Richard are at the hospital with May, and Sue does a blood test with Richard and finds out that he's another clone.
And he slowly starts dying. And it's really sad.
Yeah, he starts aging rapidly. It's Snake from Metal Gear Solid 4.
We come back to this every time.
Yes, I did.
Metal Gear Spider. Oh my.
Metal Gear Solid is just Kojima making Spider-Man games, but with spies instead of Spider-Man.
Oh my God! How do we keep coming back to this? How do we keep coming back to this? I understand.
It's so easy.
Oh my God! This really is our main running joke throughout our entire podcast.
Finding ways to connect Spider-Man to Metal Gear Solid.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Richard Parker really is just Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4. He's just aging rapidly.
Now, who does that make? Who does that make Liquid Ocelot? end.
Oh fuck. None of the clones transfer their brains into someone else, so I guess Kane.
Probably. No, Kane would be Raiden or Raiden. Not is it?
I think it's Raiden.
Raiden.
No, Raiden is Mortal Kombat. Raiden is Metal Gear.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. So we find out about
I'm gonna figure out how to tie this shit to Mortal Kombat soon.
Oh no.
You know what? I got Scorpion in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon is literally just Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, but green.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm from one day.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. It's like
here, Mortal Kombat and Spider-Man are all canon.
Oh my. Okay. So
anyway, they fight.
They fight, and Peter and Jessica kick his ass, and then Peter's like, "Okay, I'm gonna give myself," and then
yeah,
do that.
And Jessica's like, "What? You're lame. What?"
She's like, and Jessica's like, "I'm not doing that." Okay, bye. Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. See ya.
So then Peter goes to Nick. He's like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm going to turn myself." He just drags Otto by the collar. Like,
yeah. And the CIA guy is like, "Hey, what the fuck? That's mine."
Peter's like, "Hey, what the fuck? That was my DNA."
Yeah. It's like, who gave you the right to make clones of me?
Yeah.
Also, I guess this means the entire CIA knows that Peter's Spider-Man.
Everybody knows who Peter is in
I know,
comics.
But like, once it gets to an entire government body, it's like, that's it. There's no more secret identity.
Well, I mean, it was with S.H.I.E.L.D., so it's like...
Well, S.H.I.E.L.D. is fictional. Like, I can buy that, but this is this fucking CIA, which is a real thing in the real world.
The only people who don't know are the press at this point.
Which is shocking at this rate.
Like J. Jonah Jameson...
Especially after that time where Spider-Man was unmasked and fighting alongside the Ultimate Six in the fucking White House.
There's a lot I need to brush up on because I do not remember that.
There is an arc where it's the Sinister Six, but they get Spider-Man and he doesn't wear his mask at all, but he has the rest of the Spider-Man costume, and they go to the White House and fight the Ultimates.
Why?
Because it's cool.
Okay. We have more content to talk about.
Anyway, they go to the Baxter Building, right?
Yeah, they go to the Baxter Building. MJ is like, "Oh, I'm good now."
Yeah, they cured me.
Yeah, then she and Peter just smooch.
Yeah,
and Peter's like, "Fuck, I gotta go see Aunt May." And then Nick,
gonna die again.
Then like he goes to the hospital. Nick Fury's like right behind him.
Yeah,
like, and then MJ's like, he would kill me for saying this, but he wants to be you. He literally looks up to you like a father. You are the only father figure in his life. And all you're doing is showing that you think he's going to be the worst person in the world.
Yeah. And Fury's like, yeah, no, I had like this whole theory that one day Spidey's going to snap and become like the greatest supervillain the world's ever known.
Which he tells this to Peter in the next scene when Peter's at the hospital.
Yeah. And it's like, and Fury rears, and you proved me wrong today because you have been through more than any mortal man has ever been through in a single night. And you
have had 2 of your loved ones come back. You had your Aunt May for a heart attack. You found out the government knew who you were and cloned you to make a super soldier program in modern day, and you did not become evil from it. You did not kill anybody from it.
Yeah, no, you're still a hero, and like, yeah, no, you got my respect.
And he's like, yeah, Peter, you're a good. This is one of the things where, while Peter may like get really angry and like be, edgy and angsty sometimes, he's an inherently good person, in my opinion, still.
Yeah, no, he is a good person through and through.
Like, I know high school Peter in 616 was kind of like, oh, everybody hates me. I'm smarter than everybody.
Yeah,
but
no, he was an asshole. Just
he was an asshole, but he wasn't an evil person.
Yeah, no, he was still a good person. He just didn't like anyone.
Yeah.
And no one liked him in return. So, like, yeah.
So, but like, yeah, so Peter Nick Fury's like, okay, you proved me wrong, and you're actually going to become the best heroes ever. So, yeah, I'm going to leave you alone now. And, don't die before you graduate, because after that, you're mine.
And then he dies.
That's
yeah, I guess in universe it'd be like 2 or 3 months from now.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say 2 year.
Oh yeah, no,
for 1 year he dies.
Yeah, no, he's Spider-Man for 1 year and then he dies.
And that's it. And then Miles Morales.
Yeah, which I guess means the Ultimate Universe existed for like 2 years. Like, all this shit happened within like 2 years.
Ultimatum happened in the span of less than a year.
Ultimatum was like a week at most.
How did they rebuild everything in the span of like weeks? You can't do that.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, just forget Ultimatum ever happened. Just remember Spider-Man's art.
Don't ask questions about things you don't understand.
Just keep your mouth shut. Or you
Just keep your mouth shut about things you don't understand.
Harry Osborn. God, I swear to God, I could get paid to do this. I could quote all of Spider-Man 1 from my memory. I could.
I can do the same thing with the 86 Transformers movie at this point.
I don't doubt it. I could do all the voice inflection.
Yeah.
Spot on. I'm that's the one thing I'm confident in. But basically, MJ gets back home. Peter and MJ are getting back together. Kitty Pryde is like, what the fuck, Peter?
Kitty shows up at the hospital and tries to tell Professor X to wipe Aunt May's mind of knowing that he's Spider-Man, because she believes that that's not what he wants. but
Xavier's like, no, you don't know that. I know you're his girlfriend, but you can't make that decision for him.
And in a very out of character moment for Professor X, he's like, I am not going to alter this person's memory for my benefit.
Which he, definitely never did that before.
Yeah, I never wiped your guys' memories to make you forget about all the times I was an asshole. What? Forget.
Neck gets snapped by Magneto in Ultimatum.
Fuck it.
Yeah, but basically, Aunt May and Peter seem to reconcile. She's like, okay, cool, you're Spider-Man. Your suit's terrible, though.
Yeah, that's right.
But
yeah, she's had some time in her coma to reflect, I guess.
Yeah, and also Peter and Jessica Drew are like, yeah, we're cool with each other. Let's hug in a very awkward, because we're the same person.
Yeah, we're like, so are we like brother and sister now, or?
Yeah, it's who knows. And then, yeah, so that's basically it.
Yeah. Also, I know at some point Peter makes a comment about her organic webbing, and it's just like, ew.
Yeah. God, but so that's our rundown of the Clone Saga.
That's more or less it.
But how do you think it worked as it's?
I really liked it. As its own thing, I think it's really good.
Me too, because I think here's my thing. When I said earlier, when I was in, thinking up an Ultimate Spider-Man adaptation, I literally have like I literally have a concept art I made for what the suit would look like, what the eyes would look like, what the web shooters would look like, what the Venom suit thing would look like. Because like my thing was when I was thinking something like, okay, movie 1 it's going to be in like October, like 6 months after he became Spider-Man. Movie 2 is going to take place immediately after and have Carnage and be like, it's going to be like a mix of 616 and Ultimate where it's like Carnage is just the suit, but it has like the memories and mind of Cassidy.
So like it absorbed him, but he's dead. Kind
like it has his DNA in it, but it needs Peter's DNA to fully live. So that's why it's coming after Peter. But it still calls itself Cletus Cassidy, pretty much.
Okay, so it thinks it's Cassidy, but instead it's just the goo.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. I like that. It'll
still form in between like Cassidy and Carnage, but like it's just one thing. It's not a suit and a host.
Okay, it's like in Spider-Man Life Story with Venom Craven, where it's just skeleton underneath.
Pretty much.
Which that was so cool. I love that.
Because like in my interpretation of this, Cletus Cassidy killed himself when Peter caught him. Because like he didn't want to be taken in, so he's like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And
I can see Cassidy doing that.
Yeah. But so that was that. And then I was gonna do a TV show. I say this as if I was actually gonna make it when I was like 13 years old. But like my idea was like
I used to do the same thing with me and my cousins. We'd come up with like whole entire comic book universes and shit together.
Yeah. Like I was gonna wanted to do like a live action TV show that adapted everything from Ultimate Spider-Man from like all of his run. And like if I did, then this would have been the season 1 finale, pretty much. Because I mean, it works as like a season finale for a story, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely.
Because like it has like every major reveal, gut punch moment, every thing. It's a big event story, and honestly, like it could have if like this is where they chose to end Spider-Man, it would have been pretty.
Yeah, I could see this working as like an ending for the Ultimate Spider-Man book.
But the last it wasn't, and then it was down.
Yeah, like for me, once Bagley left, the book just declined hard in quality. Like,
yeah,
it just not even just art-wise, just everything.
Because I don't think anything had the same feel. So I think this was the Ultimate Spider-Man had the feel it was known for, in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there was one more arc after this called Ultimate Knights, which was
with Moon Knight and
Moon Knight, Daredevil, Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, and Spider-Man coming together to try to take down Kingpin. And Moon Knight becomes Ronin and like develops that personality, and it causes a lot of problems. And then they do that shit, and
they have Deadpool, who was just like a skeleton inside of like.
Oh, that's a different one. That was when he was with Spidey was with the X-Men.
Oh no, I know it's a different story, but.
Oh yeah, no, that was weird. But I will admit, one of my favorite moments of that arc is Moon Knight was basically shot in the head and like dumped in a river, and in his mind, his other personalities are yelling at him to get up, and fucking Ronin like just pushes them all aside and like picks him up by the head and just screams at him, "Get up!" And he does.
Jesus.
Like, it's really cool, honestly.
There's cool stuff like that, but then there's also stuff like what they did with Black and making her kind of a pedophile.
They did with who? Oh, Catwoman? Or
Black Cat. Yeah.
Yeah, which, to be fair, at least, she didn't know. And once she found out, she immediately stopped.
But it was like... It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
I thought it was funny. That's all I got.
I don't know. It's just like I would have liked to have seen what like a teenage Black Cat Spider-Man relationship would have been like. Well, I mean, they did it. They did that in Spectacular. At least I think they did. I hope.
Yeah, I was about to ask, was she a teenager in that?
I hope to God she wasn't, because they.
Let me look that up.
I mean, I hope to God she was a teenager. If I said I hope she wasn't a teenager, I'm going to shoot myself.
Yeah, you said that. I will say that.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Okay.
I'll be taking over the show from here on out.
Yeah, but I believe she was, because that's a kid show. But then again, Disney had that thing, Blank Check, that's been all over Twitter recently, with the 30-year-old woman kissing the 11-year-old boy, on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
That's okay. To get off of that, so like,
Spectacular Spider-Man, Felicia Hardy is 19 years old.
Okay.
And Peter Parker is 16.
Okay.
I think I just ruined Spectacular Spider-Man for you forever now.
Probably.
I'm sorry. It's what I do.
At least it's not the age gap from still an adult and okay. Anyway, so
to get back to the Clone Saga.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do you think it does anything worse than the original Clone Saga? Like anything?
No. Like, not really. Not as much as the Doc Ock Magneto bullshit is stupid. It doesn't compare to anything from the original Clone Saga for me in terms of bad.
Yeah, I mean, even in our first like 3 or 4 story arcs from the Clone Saga, it's all really stupid.
Yeah, no, like nothing from Ultimate will ever be as bad as fucking Judas Traveler.
Judas Traveler. But
or John Romita Jr.'s Kane fucking falling apart like he's crumbling and just looks like fucking Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Like Sabretooth Dog the Bounty Hunter or something.
Yeah, like I genuinely believe that if you told me that was Sabretooth like before Wolverine, I'd believe you.
Like, and wait, it's saying a lot of stupid stuff. Are you there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you cut out for a second.
Oh, sorry, that was my fault. But I was saying, like, it's saying a lot because Ultimate Spider-Man does have a lot of stupid stuff.
Yeah, like we mentioned some before, but also one is for me at least was that one arc where some random guy pretended to be Spider-Man and they never explained like why or where he got that stuff. Yeah,
it was like the one that started off with like Gwen Stacy being kicked out of her house.
Yeah, it's
MJ,
the one.
MJ being like super overzealous for some reason. Like, do you remember that? Where she was like overly excited for some reason?
I don't remember her being like that happy about it.
Like she was like weirdly excited to ask Peter if he brought his costume because like the Rhino was wrecking shit.
Oh, that. Oh, okay. I thought you meant she was excited that Gwen got kicked out. I was like, what?
Oh no, she wasn't, but she was like good.
Yeah, it's because this was right after he saved her from Green Goblin, so she's kind of like on a high right now. Yeah,
pretty much. I just remember because I had that issue when I was a kid.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the arc where Captain Stacy gets blown up.
Yeah,
and then in the end, it's just some guy, and they never answer who.
Yeah, they could have said this was Ben Reilly, but they didn't.
Or the Chameleon.
Yeah, they did the Chameleon later, though.
Yeah, after Ultimate
Girlfriends. Yeah. Which that's weird, too.
Yeah. What is with Ultimate Spider-Man and, like, this? Like,
you know what? When we say this, you all but like Wolverine trying to get with MJ in Peter's body.
Ultimate Wolverine is such a fucking creep. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't face me anymore. And I was very glad that he stayed dead after Ultimatum.
Remember when Jean was like, "Hey Logan, I really hate you. I'm gonna put in like an even worse position for you."
Yeah, I'm going to put your brain in the one place it would hate to be the most.
A teenager's body where you can be a creep all the time.
Yeah. And then as far as I'm aware, that story was basically wiped from canon because nothing from it ever comes up again.
They adapted it partially. The Ultimate Spider-Man show, thank God.
Oh, of course they did.
Yeah.
And
they adapted all the worst things about it.
Yeah, and they did basically another one where it's Spider-Man and Hulk, I think.
Why? I don't understand anything. But
anyway, this is a good arc. I love it.
Me too. This is probably my favorite Ultimate Spider-Man, I'd say, because it gets Peter Parker right the most, in my opinion.
Yeah, honestly, same. Like, and it's weird because Peter doesn't really suit up at all in this one.
Oh no, he only suits up like in the first 2 issues, and that's it.
Yeah, and it's for stuff that has like nothing to do with this.
But it's cool because it's like Peter's possible, pretty much. It's like his ultimate, like how much can he take before he breaks? Yeah, and the answer is he can take anything and not break.
Yeah, like this is like Peter Parker's toughest challenge he ever had in the Ultimate Universe, in my opinion, outside of actual dying.
The last temptation of Peter Parker.
Exactly.
That should be the title of this episode. I don't know. I keep going back and forth between episodes all the time, so I mean, I never know. But
yeah. This may end up being Metal Gear Spider 2 or something.
Metal Gear Spider 2, The Last Temptation. There we go. We got it. Yay. Right.
We did it.
Did I cut out again?
I got The Last Temptation of...
I said Metal Gear Spider 2.
I got the Metal Gear Spider 2, and then it cut.
Metal Gear Spider 2, The Last Temptation of Peter Parker.
There you go.
Yay. Okay. This will be interesting with what our next episode is planned to be, because it's going to be a special one, and it's going to be a very, very special, which I got to thank you in part for it, because you shaped the idea for it, in my opinion. So
I did. Like, you came up with like the basic concept of what the topic was, and then I was just like, what if we did this with it?
And like, now that I found a way to properly do it, I'm like, oh, we can do it. But I got to run some tests to make sure it'll work. But we'll see. Hopefully.
What is it? Hopefully you'll find out next week.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening to this on the release, I was about to say, like, I don't know. But anyway. So, I think that's it. It's 2 hours again. That's another 2-hour episode.
Sorry, James.
We're sorry, James. We love you. You're a very, very sweet man. We had a lot to talk about. So, that's a wrap on our first March of the Clone.
Yeah.
Yay!
We survived.
Next year we'll probably have to do more stories we do not like.
Oh, of course. We just blew through the 2 good ones.
Yeah. Yay. Okay.
It's all downhill from here, folks.
Yeah, it is. It's tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. If you get that reference, then you're
you get a cookie.
You get a cookie.
So I don't know. Go get a cookie
from Trader Joe's if it's still open. You'll get a cookie. You won't get toilet paper. So
nope.
Everyone's hogging it because they think coronavirus gives you the shits for some reason. But anyway,
My favorite thing was that Twitter clip of George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead, and it's just people like like ripping apart the plastic to get at the toilet paper.
Oh my god, that's my favorite.
It's so good.
But anyway, okay, that's all the time I got. I got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Switch. I was trying to do the Reggie thing, but I actually don't have Animal Crossing. I've never played Animal Crossing, but maybe I should. If I get money, I'll buy New Horizons, but we'll see. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to March of the Clones. This has been fun. As much as we did not like the Clone Saga, we want to thank James for suggesting this idea to us a while back, and hopefully we'll make this a yearly thing. So yeah,
hopefully we'll do this again next March.
Yeah. So any last thing to say? Any last words, Brian?
Ultimate Jessica Drew is the best clone.
That's facts. And
I really, really like these clones. I hate the other ones.
We really, really like these clones. But this is fun. Read this arc if you haven't. It's very good. There are other things in Ultimate Spider-Man that are very but yeah.
When it's good, it's very good.
And when it's bad, you get adult Felicia and teenage Peter Parker.
And then I'm just over here thinking that's funny.
I
understand.
I guess in this context, Spectacular is worse because they actually had the kiss. So
yeah, like that's the thing where Spectacular's case, it's actually like bad. Like this was played off as a joke, whereas in Spectacular, it's like, what if they got together though? And it's like, no,
and like at least make Felicia 17. At least, just do that. Just don't. Okay.
Clone Saga,
yay! All right, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Alec. I'm one of your hosts. You can follow me at @_TheSmartAlec on Twitter.
And I'm Brian. You can follow me at Red Overview.
If you want to follow on Comics Ground on Twitter, you can follow. I did that backwards. On Comics Ground, you got that.
You cut out anyway.
If you want to follow our podcast on Twitter, you can go to @LOTE_podcast. If you want to follow on Comics Ground Twitter, you can go to @OnComicsGround. And if you want to go to our website, we post daily reviews, news, editorials, and all that jazz. So, once again, thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode and March. We'll catch you in the next web in our very special episode coming after this one. Bye.
Bye.